That was Demo 2 by LIFEOFTHOM featuring Leon Fennerakis. You have been listening to Notes from Underground on WKCR FM and WKCR HD. You can also tune in online at WKCR.org or on a dial at 89.9 in the New York metro area. Of course, you can also find our playlist on Spinatron, and you can find that same curation of music on the website as well. I'm your host, KStarks, and once again, I'm joined by my guys, LIFEOFTHOM and the Mindset Militia.
Yes, sir.
Say what's up.
Peace.
Peace and love, New York City.
Yeah.
You know the vibes, man. You know what I'm saying? This is a real genuine moment right here with,
Real genuine.
you know,
Yes,
a real dope collective of dope MCs right
Yes,
now
sir.
from all over Manhattan, from the Upper West Side, Harlem, and
Washington
Dykeman.
Heights.
You know what I'm saying?
Can y'all go
Washington
ahead,
Heights,
introduce
Harlem.
yourselves one by one?
Dykeman. Come on.
So, starting with you, Big Dog.
Well, me, I go by the name of Big Dog. I'm from the Upper West Side of Manhattan, not too far from right here, from around the way. I'm an MC, I'm a producer, overall creative individual, you know what I'm saying? And, you know what I'm saying? Very thankful to be here. My man Thomas, I know him since he was 17 years old. Watched him rock out, watched him come up with his own style, you know what I'm saying? His own unique flavor for the game and how he want to come out and do his thing, you know what I'm saying? So
Peace,
much
Lord.
love and respect to him. Got the guys in here, my man Riot, my man Steve Flossin, you know what I'm saying? These are all the bros, you know what I'm saying? And together, you know, we come together, we put some marvelous things together, you know what I'm saying?
Yes, sir.
Hell yeah. All right, so right now, we got an interview for y'all. Up next, we going to be having LIFEOFTHOM and the Mindset Militia on a cypher. So
yeah.
make sure y'all stay tuned for
Absolutely,
that.
you know what I'm saying?
KCR
Show and
exclusive
prove,
heat.
you know what I'm saying? Sharpen the sword, you heard?
That's right. So getting into your upbringing, the story of LIFEOFTHOM. Well, first off, how would you describe your music and your creative vision and what you're trying to do to someone who never heard of you before?
My music is like an embodiment of like just experiences, you know. It's like, you know, very it's dynamic, man. It's world
That's real.
building, feel me? And you know, I want when someone listens to my music, you know, just immerse, feel me? And take in just great raps, you know, melodies, but more than that, just like a message to just, feel me, just carry on, feel
Yeah.
me? Be potent always, and like, you know, just see this shit through, just go beyond, you know. And like my guys right here, you know, they like, we've been working together for so long, you know what I mean? So like, it's been an influence magnified even further, you know.
Real.
It's LIFEOFTHOM.
It's LIFEOFTHOM. Word. So growing up, Washington Heights, Upper West Side, Manhattan. Where, what did your mother do? What did your father do? You could take us through the first stages, the first years.
Man, my mom, she was like a nurse. She worked like accounting at this joint called Triumph Learning. It was like on East 50 or something like that. And my dad, he always been like a public school teacher. Yeah, from like all the way IS 90, like in the Heights, to like schools in the Bronx.
Word.
Yeah.
Yeah, you also got music roots in your family. I know on one interview you talked about how your uncles or something like that, he got sampled on Supreme Clientele, right?
Yeah. Yeah, the Savannah Band.
Right.
Yeah, man. My grandfather Louis. All his uncles from like Puerto Rico, and his sister Diana, my other aunt. You know, when they came for me, they was all born on this side. Though, like during like the 70s and 80s,
Mhm.
you know, they was just like doing great music. And I went to Miami like 2021 to go show my cousin Kelly, and like she was like, "Yo, do you really know the history of your family for real?" And I'm like, "Well, Thea always telling me, you know, like Grandpa was, he always played the congas and like, there was always the bands and stuff. But I don't really know nothing
The
crazy.
real story.
Yeah, bro. She whipped out all these like old photos for my uncles. She was like, they was sampled by Ghostface, right? On churches. I'm trying to remember the song right now. Hold on.
Cerez de la Ghost.
Yeah, that joint.
Cerez
Yeah, for me, I get it right. But
Spring Concert.
yeah. It's like,
I think it was Churches La Femme.
Yes.
Yeah. Something like that.
yeah. And
Or Churches La Ghost. That's
Churches
what it
La
is.
Ghost.
Churches La Ghost. Yeah.
there we
Took a
go.
while.
Hey,
Awesome.
pardon. But
We're gonna spin that joint after this interview. man.
facts. You know what I mean? And pretty much, keep it a stack. These guys was, for me, just playing great music and drunk and doing all crazy things they was all doing back then. And for me, it came full circle when I learned that. 'Cause I was like, wow. I mean, I didn't, I was learning the last couple of years that music running fan from my mom's, though I didn't know the depth of it was like that for real. So that was cool, man.
What were some of the musical influences growing up that you heard?
Man, well, my was always playing like Lupe in the crib, always playing some Hove, you know what I mean? Pretty random, like shit like Juan Luis Guerra, from like my culture and stuff like that. Playing, honestly, just good raps. She put Biggie on for me. She'll put. I mean,
Is it smoke?
I'm crying.
My fault.
She put me on an L actually. Yeah.
Big L?
Oh, Big L.
Yeah.
Big L. Yeah. I thought you said Miguel for a second.
Nah,
What the
Big
fuck?
L. Harlem legend.
But a lot of stuff around that way for real. And like my sister, she listened to a lot of rock and stuff. So, like I was growing up on Blink 182 and like Green Day and some Nirvana and stuff like that.
That's one of the records you would walk away with, right?
Yeah.
Blink-182 classics.
We had some Skrillex in the mix, Avicii.
Oh, okay,
Pretty
weird.
center, As I grew older, I just kept, I guess, growing, like you do with music. Go to
Right.
school and shit, listen on the train, and yeah, it's what it is now.
Word. What year were you born?
1999.
19. All right, so give me a sleeper cartoon that you grew up fucking with. Like, it's a little low key, like, it's not one of the ones that motherfuckers talk about, but that's what you was on.
Cole Lyoko.
Ooh, I'm knowing.
Yeah, that was one of my
yeah.
favorite. That was one of my favorite cartoons when I was a kid, man. Like it was like mixed. It was so cool because they did 2D rendering and then like actual
3D animation. Yeah.
animation. That was one of the first times I've seen that since like maybe I don't even know. Yeah, that you feel me?
Yeah,
and
yeah.
That shit was mad cool. I used to watch that shit in daycare.
Word. So I know your homies, Lord Sco, Industrial Dre. They told me, I don't know if this is true or not, they told me they met up at a rap battle. Like they was doing rap battle Central Park or something like that, maybe Riverside, and that's where they first connected. Was you involved in that scene at all?
Not really.
Word.
Yeah, honestly, I met Skull like 2021 on the train. Feel me, just like chopped it up. Big Dog been in tune with Skull way before I was, and then like Dre came way more so along the line, I guess, more into like, I'll say more so like 2022, even like this year for me. I just tuned in more with Dre too, Dope MCs, dope individuals.
For sure. Word. All right, so getting into your career. So you got 2 EPs that really, or so are they LPs, like the Floor 11 and the Room 44? What would you classify those?
Floor 11 is the album for sure.
Okay, got you.
Room 44 is the EP.
All right, word. So you got 2, you got the LP and the EP out. What do those 2 things mean? What's the Floor 11? I remember you talk about some numerology.
Yeah, it's definitely heavy set with the numerics. 1 just symbolizing a new beginning, and 4 symbolizes like order, and that's half of infinity. In Floor 11, I stepped into what felt like a new beginning for me. Producing like a whole project by myself for the first time. COVID. Having new experiences with the homies. My brothers right here. Creating a lot of new things. Venturing new heights, and then Room 44 was pretty much like kind of like, all right, which room we gonna enter? On this floor that just elevates. It's never really up or down. It just never too high, too low. It's
Real.
just ever growing.
before when asked what Room 44 meant, you said something different. You said Room 44, it means it's like somebody stepped inside a hyperbolic chamber and decided to sit with themselves and talk to themselves for a long time and came out of the room a different person. So, can you expound
I
on
just
that?
gave y'all the nutshell. But
Yeah.
basically, yeah, you know, it's like, you know, entering into that, you know, for real, that real Jedi chamber, you know, that hyperbolic, and, you know, you just charge up, feel me, and you walk back out, feel me, it's refreshed and powered up.
Real. So, you guys heard the song Quarantine. That was the second to last track we played, and that was off of Floor 11. That's 2021, right?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. So, how was quarantine like for you? Where were you creatively? What inspired you to make that song?
Oh, my God.
What was the drive behind it?
Bruh, quarantine, my parents moved out top of January. So dad had the whole crib. This guy actually saved me from losing my crib, Riot. And then we moved in with like a couple other people, and pretty much like I was just cooking up. That's where I made Floor 11. I had all the space and time and stuff. You know, Big Dog was constantly coming over. You know, Steve's flossing too. Feel me? Like always,
It was a great time.
It was a really, really. That was the first time we got like our DTG and like we was making merch.
I think that references what he was saying.
Yeah.
As opposed to like the hyperbolic time chamber.
Yeah,
like
that's really
because that was like a real big example.
A breakthrough, creative breakthrough.
For
We
real.
was all in different rooms.
Literally,
creative,
we had an
doing
A room.
different things.
A room was my room.
And they
B
were all
room.
connecting somehow.
And in my room, we had like the print shop. We had like a B room studio, and,
Right.
and it was just like a creative hub. We was just having creatives from all over Uptown, Brooklyn, Queens, Switzerland. There's people coming from everywhere.
Well, we birthed like 3 clothing brands out of that shit.
Oh, D.
You feel me? A couple of albums.
It was very creative.
Facts,
Very creative.
manufactured mad
I
brands.
think the consistency with creativity kept us going a long way and kept the unity.
Made a whole tape in your room, didn't we? Right?
we did
Yeah,
a
that's
few.
crazy.
We did
all
quite
made
a few.
bangers.
Nah.
Oh, super fun.
Another song off that tape was Demo 2 featuring Leon Fanarakis, and y'all, that was the most recent joint we played. Tell me about that. That's some international flavors on there.
Yo, shouts Leon, bruh. Yo, piece of Steve's flossing right here. He brought him uptown.
Mm-hmm.
He was the one that did that.
Peace
and
of Japan.
feel me, he came over from Japan straight to Dykeman. And you know, those two was getting in the works heavy. You know, they was cooking up stuff. They was coming to my crib to record, going to other studios. But did y'all shot a video too, right? You want to talk a little about that?
So I went on tour in Japan in 2017 to test out this new style that I came up with, where I was fusing the Japanese with the English and shit, because I grew up speaking Japanese, living over there and shit.
Yeah.
So I passed my demo out to wild DJs while I was doing my little shows and shit. From that, Leon was one of the artists that heard my shit in the club, right? It was like, yo, who's this? I gotta work with him.
And when was
He
this?
found me on SoundCloud. This was 2017.
Word. Back
Then
in
he
the day.
came to New York in 2018, put me on his first album. We shot a video, introduced him to Thomas, Big Dog, and the gang, Riot and the gang, you know. If you watch the video for Better Watch Out by Leon and me, you gonna see my crib, you gonna see Big Dog, old crib. You feel me? You gonna see all of us.
Yeah,
But yeah, and we was booking Pirate Studios. We was booking like,
Oh, dude, we was one of the first on that heavy.
we was booking like
Remember that?
9-hour
The
sessions.
$80 special
We're
for like
like
12 hours.
booking 2-3 rooms at a time, having 2 producers in separate rooms.
Right.
Facts.
And
But
that
how
was
did that
the
connection
session.
form?
What
with
connection?
Leon and Tom here.
Oh, just from me bringing Thomas.
Literally
Leon
being
coming
around,
to Leon
honestly.
coming to New York to fuck with me, and me bringing Leon around the creatives that I fuck
And,
with.
Yeah.
you know,
So that's just how that happened naturally.
and in the Pirate
Made the
Sesh, that's
chemistry.
how Demo 2 was
and
born.
that pirate sessions that we was throwing at the time is where a lot of that chemistry like bonded. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, 'cause
That's
we
what
really,
that record
like,
was
we
made. We made a few records in there that was
Definitely full
crazy.
circle.
Yeah, because we all really like a brotherhood here.
Yep.
As far as like being creative. So anybody that we have met on this journey, we've always found a way to bring them
It's full circle.
close to what we got going on. And everybody finds a way to connect with them somehow, you know what I'm saying?
Real.
Yeah.
This is what we do like
Right.
all the time. So that's what we vibe.
Just connecting
so that's
dots,
the
you know what I'm
shit that
saying? We try to connect the dots.
You know.
Yeah.
Up.
So
Dots.
one thing you talk about in the interviews is that you actually started out a very shy, self-conscious person,
Hell
and you
yeah.
said the music helps you with that. When did you realize that you had actually developed and the music had brought that personal development for you?
Definitely when I made the Thomas EP 2017. I recorded all those songs at my crib, and I was actually around the time I met all these guys. And, you know what I mean? I was already robbing and stuff like that. You know, I was dropping songs about old Alias. And, you know, you feel me? It was kind of like, I told myself I would never make my first tape till I felt nice at rapping. Feel me? And that was like, you know, that whole time. And I'm grateful for that era, for real. It set the foundation for sure.
Bro.
I did the cover off of that.
Facts. OD. Oh, my God.
Shout out to Riot. He
crazy.
do most of the art for everybody.
yeah?
If not all our art.
Yeah. He be holding it
Does
down.
all the graphic design and
I do the merch design.
does the merch, does everything.
Yeah, that's
what's up.
It's our big creative guy.
That's one thing you be talking about in terms of getting into fashion. What's some of the fashion inspos right now? What's the new waves?
Yo, I ain't gonna lie. I fuck with I like a lot of the Y2K and like Opium stuff.
Yeah.
Like the Hood by
tell.
Air shit look fire, bro. Like I was at Vultures last night and like for me just like seeing like and like all his like all the fits is cool. I fuck with that shit. Though also like, you know what I mean? It's like a lot of New York steez that's just like reviving heavy right now. But a lot of stuff that's just being added in the mix too, you know, normal shit like baggy clothes and stuff.
Back around.
No, anime is really like foundation for like how I dress. Feel me? Like Naruto and shit.
Yeah.
Feel me?
You
Big
said the fist they was
boots.
throwing.
Yeah, feel me? Like the way Sasuke dressed, with like his shit popped out like that shit, like Naruto's steezy ass jacket.
You be referencing One Piece. You caught up?
Yo, I'm not. You know, I got. You know, I will not.
The anime or the manga?
Whichever,
I was
whichever.
reading the manga for a hot minute.
Okay.
And then I was like, yo, let me catch up with the anime. So I'm aware of what's happening right now, sortish. Though I'm going to just say, like, the Fifth Gear, all that is crazy. Feel me? But One Piece is, that's a journey to anybody that's
it's
going to
real.
start.
Yeah.
It's my piece. That's all I got to
You
say.
got to get up on that.
That's all I got
My
to
man
say.
Jude, he always keep me.
You up on
into
it?
the- yeah.
Yeah, I'm up on
How
that.
do you
Damn.
even do it?
Nah, bro.
You probably just watch it subconsciously. You probably just have it on in the background. You do a
I
bunch
did
of
it all in like 12th grade.
Bro, that's literally what Locke. That's what this nigga Locke be saying.
Word.
Say you gotta just run through it.
You need to be diligent with it.
Right.
What are some of the lessons that you learned from anime or manga or anything like that?
Man, just like honestly, I think the one that really like kicked it for me, even bigger than Naruto, was Bakuman. You know, before I really say what the lesson was, it's a manga about these two kids like in modern day, and they just make, you know, it's a manga about these two kids becoming famous manga artists and like, you know, getting a whole studio and like they get their anime and serialization. I remember like the whole lesson I learned from that. You know, I was reading that 2014 like 2015, and that was my first, you know, year or two of rapping, and it was teaching me, you know, perseverance, confidence. You know, like even I remember the kid and the main protagonist, like he had a heart attack like on the first, like right when his shit was about to premiere in like Shonen Jump, and he was dead in that hospital, still drawing the rest of the sketches so he could send it to his editor so it could just go. And that shit was like teaching me like drive, motivation, you know, to go beyond yourself, not as yourself for real. You know what I mean? Like always reading, you know, watching all these different animes and manga. If it's anything, that shit is real life, bro. You know, and if you expand your mind through interesting things of the earth, you get to see it on real time and on another. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It really show you that's real life for real, boy. You know what I mean?
One thing that
Yeah.
also expands your mind, you talk about meditation and there's a lot of spirituality in your artistry and your
Word.
creativity.
Word up.
What was the origins of that, of the spirituality, of you first getting up on that?
Really, man, it was a combo of me and my sis. Like my sis is 3 years older than me, and I grew up also with like my close neighbor as a friend all our lives. So you know, it was like the three of us, and pretty much, I guess through the music we was pretty much listening to, you know, like for them I can't really speak their story though. Like when I started reading like books by like Baba Ram Das and like, A through Z's by like Deepak Chopra and stuff, just off the random being on Facebook or Google or just YouTube shit. I remember staying up like I was like 12 watching Illuminati Illicit Plans 2024, 2020 literally, and I was like, oh, what the fuck? Stayed up for 4 hours. And I think listening to like a lot of underachiever stuff, early pro era, Capital Steez, feel me? Like a lot of the cats in my generation, that stuff triggered, more of what the essence was always been. And feel me, going to church as a kid too, it's always, spirit always been there.
It's all around,
many
different influences.
Yeah.
How long you been plant-based for?
Man, almost 8 years now. Yeah.
Where's the illest vegan chopped cheese?
Where?
Yeah.
In my kitchen.
In your kitchen.
Yep.
Okay, outside of that, how can we get it
Jesus
so it's
Christ.
open to the public? What
Oh.
can we tell the people?
I ain't gonna lie, like, if you fuck with Plantega, feel me? Like,
What's up with your man?
yo, don't start that right now.
What's up with your man?
Yo, don't start that right now. Yo, y'all got for me. Shouts to
You
good
gotta
people.
ask Steve Flossin where the best vegan stuff is, man. He the one that had the old school, for me, Harlem vegan
What you say,
spot.
Steve?
You know what I'm saying?
Oh,
you gotta
man.
tell him about.
He talking about my uncle DC restaurant. On 2/3 and 7th, they closed in 2012. It was an Ital restaurant. It was
Yeah.
open from '89, and if you know what Ital is, that's like Rasta
Type.
cuisine. You feel me?
Right.
And that's like Rasta don't eat no type of meat, dairy, nothing.
Word.
So that was like it's a vegan Jamaican
Homegrown,
spot, Caribbean.
homegrown.
You know what I'm saying? Like, yeah. And I grew up in that spot basically. Worked there throughout high school till it
Ital
closed.
chopped cheese.
Ital chopped cheese. Imagine.
That's crazy.
One recent development that Tom was talking about is the NFL sync, right?
Yo, yeah.
Yeah, what's up with that? Can you explain that for us? Because
Yeah, no.
I'm not up on the
Yo,
sports.
man, shouts to Akinyemi. He put out this song that I co-produced with Airs Atlantica and I think this other producer, I cannot remember his name right now. This was a record that came out, I believe, September 2022, with United Masters, and he like hits me like, "Yo, I got a placement for this," and I was like, "Oh shit, with who?" He's like, "Halftime." I'm like, "Oh, what?" You know what I mean? I was hyped, bro. I was dead, like, my first major sync. Like, I done other stuff before, like, for, like, TikTok and, like, demos for, like, Amazon and, what other stuff, though. Like, that was cool for me to, like, hit that. Because, syncs is hard
So
sometimes.
syncs are the songs they play during halftime on the TV? Or
Essentially, they're, yeah, pretty much. It's during, like, that. I haven't watched Super Bowl in Lord knows how long, but yeah, it goes on during the whole thing,
Right.
and it's for a period of time, and that was cool, for what it was then.
where's the Web3? Where's
Right
that whole
now,
world at?
yo, I was
That's the NFT, by the way. That's the
Facts.
So give the people a rundown real quick.
yeah, man, NFT, non-fungible token, sheesh. I mean, that's something I introduced myself to in 2020, early 2021. Me and my boy Matt Bond. It was just like crypto, and pretty much he explained it to me in a way it was like basically it's it's having a one of one, and the value is through this equity that essentially this can't just be resold. You know what I mean? Though, whatever you buy into it is your shares. Essentially, how bigger it gets is.
So
how
what's the
much-
Web3?
Web3 is just that's the whole layout. You know what I mean? That's AI. That's tech. That's our next internet, bro. I mean, we here. Apple's already stepped in it. Meta's all the way in it. Like that's full
So
upgrade.
that's the future, yeah.
Yeah.
How are you using
Everything.
How are you using that platform to? So I know you put out some songs on it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. No.
How does that work for you in your career?
So really, really dope. Honestly, you have these different marketplaces, and it's kind of like the black market, bro. Kind of like how some people go and sell like super crazy art. Feel me? So you can sell your songs. Feel me? It's all on the blockchain. Feel me? All that information is just
Ethereum,
stored
right?
there.
ETH?
Ethereum, Bitcoin, Mana, Solana, like all that. I sold I sold this one song for like 1 ETH with the homie Latasha. Yo, shouts to her. She's a
And was that back when it was up?
that was when it was caking for real, man. I definitely saw a nice number off that, and pretty much it helped funded music videos, helped funded the rest of the rollout for like Floor 11. You know, it helped a lot. You know, even just learning more about economics and just how money works.
Real. All right. So wrapping up here, what do you have coming up? What's next for Life of Tom?
Yo, for me, we got a new song, probably dropping every month. You know what I mean? We got an album on the way, to be announced soon. And I mean, sheesh. I mean, it's a lot, man.
What's the next full-length project we can look forward to? Can you give us a little teaser? You look a little apprehensive about speaking on it.
I definitely say, I don't want to say too much without, spoiling it, but it's definitely more of a dive into who I am. You know what I mean? It's a full experience. It has the indie, the alt rap mixed more, with direct boom bap. A lot of just influence that from inspirations like Kanye, JPEG Mafia, Tyler, and just like mad other dudes that I think are really fucking cool. And I think this project is really gonna help solidify further. You know what I mean? The stance that I want to bring, that alternative rap, is truly its own essence, and it's something new, man. And like,
that's real.
It's fire, bro.
We're gonna be pushing the game forward in alternative rap. That's real.
Sir.
Is there anything y'all would like to shout out before we wrap this interview up?
Right. So all of us, after I moved out of Thomas' crib, you feel me? We started up a little studio, a creative space, you feel me? Yeah, so we got a little spot on Midtown 34th Street called the Fantasy Factory.
Fantasy Factory.
We got a bunch of people come through. We got a recording studio there. We got the print shop there. We got a podcast room there. And it's just a little creative hub where a lot of people get to come and freely create and work on any idea, really bring it from start to finish.
Yeah, all dope energy.
Word. Yeah. Anything else? Any artists y'all rocking with? Any?
Yeah, man. Shout out to the whole team right here. My man Riot. Shout out Life of Tom. Shout out Steve Flossin. Shout out Lord Skull. Shout out Warlock. Shout out all my people. Dutch on the beat. Shout out Dutch on the beat. Shout out my man Ace Boone. Shout out Black the Beast.
Shout out Fergie. Shout out
Neff.
Shout out Dutch on the beat.
Come on, Dutch on it. Shout out H-Rock.
Shout out Space Window.
Shout out
Q got the juice. Shout out the whole team, man. Got a whole bunch of new music, new content coming soon. You know what I'm saying? I'm dropping the project February 22nd. I'm dropping Metamorphosis. Got a whole new EP coming out. Got Thomas on it. Got the whole team. Everybody you see here is on that project, dropping on February 22nd.
Yes, sir.
Well, y'all make sure you check it out. This has been Notes from Underground, featuring Life of Tom and the Mindset Militia. And wait up. Don't leave just yet. We got a cipher coming up in just a few. Next up, we got, but before the cipher,
there's more.
There is more. We got 222 from Life of Tom,
Classic.
featuring Chelsea Reject.
Oh, yeah.